start. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. It's not 17:21, but we are going to start. There is no reason to let you wait, because we said 17:21. At 17:21, what does it mean? Nothing. It was just a trap. It was to make you move, to make you be curious. Curiosity is what we need in life, because whoever is curious is going to learn. And if we don't learn anymore, we are getting old. Only old people, only people that are old don't learn anymore. As long as you learn, you are connected. As long as you learn, you are progressing. As long as you learn, you are like a kid, because kids are learning without even knowing it. So the learning process is the most important thing in life. But you are not here for philosophy, you are here for some facts. And the fact is that I have started to learn. I have started to learn who is Mr. Zenith. I have started to learn to understand Mr. Zenith. And Zenith will survive long, long after me. In 20 years I'm dead. Zenith in 20 years will be alive. Zenith in 200 years will be alive. Can you imagine? I die in 20 years and Zenith will survive for 200 years. So who is the most important person? Me, CEO ad interim of Zenith, or is it Zenith? It's Zenith. We should all at Zenith think about Zenith. We should sleep in a sleeping bag in the company. We should work 7 days a week. We should devote 15 hours a day for Zenith, because Zenith is much more important than the people who work for it. But the people who work for it, if they can respect Zenith, if they can understand Zenith, then they can do something. Because what we have to do with Zenith is to bring the past into the future. The glorious past of Zenith has to be connected to tomorrow. If we stay connected to yesterday, we will end up a museum brand. We cannot be a museum brand. Can you imagine that we invented, not we, I was not there, but Zenith invented in 1969 the El Primero movement, the only and first movement that were capable to time a tenth of a second, 5 hertz, in 1969. How many chronographs are existing today that with 5 hertz? None, except Zenith. The El Primero is still the first. It's still the unique one. God damn, what happened in the industry? Why nobody reacted? Why people are even indicating on their dials a tenth of a second, while their movements are doing an eighth of a second? It is something incredible. But that's not the reason not to progress. It's not because nobody did a tenth of a second chronograph that we should stay and sleep on it. So we have decided that we would give birth to Zenith again with ambassadors. Which ambassadors? The people who wear Zenith, the people who buy Zenith. And the latest and the most important ambassador is Zenith itself. Zenith will promote its own substance, its own creativity, its own innovation. Zenith will be sold because it is Zenith. And that is important. And because this is so important, we took the best people of our watch division, the best people from Hublot, the best people from Tag Heuer, and the best people from Zenith. We said we make a task force, and every Monday we're going to meet during 12 hours to discuss industry, to discuss R&D, to discuss marketing, and to discuss sales. These people, the best people we have in the watch division, have created the synergy of competences. This synergy of competences have brought to Zenith an innovation, a new El Primero. And this new El Primero is just a movement that has 2 movements in one. It has the El Primero 1969 with 5 hertz, and it has on top of it a chronograph with 500 hertz, which means It's a chronograph that is capable to measure 1/100th of a second. This movement is the start of the Zenith in the future. The future of Zenith will be done with creativity and with innovation. We will invest about 20% of our turnover in innovation, in creativity, and not in marketing. Our marketing is the innovation. Our marketing is creativity. Our marketing is that what we invent. This is what we are going to do. So exactly the opposite from many other brands. We are investing on ourselves. We are investing in the manufacture. We are investing on our watchmakers. We are investing on our history. The history we are going to project to the future. So that is what we are going to do. And this is what you are going to see. And this new movement will be put into a watch case that is called Defi. Defi was invented, I don't know exactly when, in the 30s, I think the name Defi came, and we thought it's a brilliant name because it was a Defi to do in 6 months a new movement. It was a Defi to bring in this new movement new hairsprings that are made in-house, new hairsprings that are in nanotube of carbon, new hairsprings that are 100% anti-magnetic, 100%, 100,000 gauss, 1 million gauss, the movement will not move. Nothing will happen. I mean, it's amazing, it's phenomenal. This is our innovation. This has been done in 6 months, which means you will see nearly nothing, because in 6 months not much can be done. You need 9 months for a baby. We took us 6 months for the watch. So, the boss of the Institute of R&D of the watch division is Guy Semon, who is next to me. He's my friend. He's the guy who has helped us incredibly to restructure and to bring Tag Heuer where Tag Heuer is today. And Guy was one of the person that was on this task force, together with Ricardo Guadalupe from Hublot, together with Nussbaumer from Hublot, together with Olivier Schwab. There was a team, and this team has made it possible to bring the new movement. And in order to explain you what this new movement is about, nobody could do it better than the guy who was behind it. And in the beginning, I must say, I must confess, in the beginning, the people from Zenith didn't like me interfering and coming with foreigners from from Hublot, and helping Zenith. I say, come on guys, are you crazy? I bring you the best people that I have, the best people I have known in my career. It's my 42nd Basel Fair. And you are saying, who are they? We are here to help. And believe me, we are from the same family. We all belong to the same man, to Mr. Arnold, to LVMH. So I don't want any critics if somebody comes from Tag or Hublot. He's here because I want him to be here, and he's here because I want him to help. And this has enabled to make a kind of cultural revolution at Zenith. Suddenly, Zenith opened their arms. They welcomed us. Suddenly they understood. And when they have seen what we have done in 6 months, they fall in love with us. So today, we have a new atmosphere. We have a new culture. We have a culture of collaboration. We have a culture of synergies. Not synergies of the brands, synergies of the people. If somebody is great, if the designer of Hublot is a great guy, why can't he give us some advice for Zenith? If Guy, who is a great inventor, why can't he give us some advice for Zenith? And all these best people have brought into Zenith incredible ideas. And we are now at the start. It's the first time I talk like a CEO of Zenith. And Zenith is my last brand that I will restructure. It's the last, because it's the 5th. And I'm 68 years old, and in 7 years I will retire when I'm 75. So in 7 years I will have no time to do something else than to look after Zenith. And I will not be always the CEO. I want a new CEO. I want somebody to help. I want somebody, you know, I give you now one just little tip. Hublot is the brand just below on the other side. And Hublot has had a CEO since 2012. And nobody has noticed that I'm no more the CEO of Hublot. I am not at all involved in Hublot. I'm just the president of the board, the chairman, blah, blah, blah. What does the chairman do? Nothing. So, in 5 years, since 5 years, Ricardo Guadalupe is the CEO of Hublot. And he has managed to do the job in a way that nobody noticed that I had gone. And the brand has gone from one record year to the other record year. And last year, Hublot did the best year of the history. The best year of the history. And in end of February, year to date, January plus February, Hublot is up 8.5%, when the industry is down 8.5%. But nobody has noticed that Ricardo Guadalupe has been alone as CEO at Hublot. Of course, from time to time, he needs some help from me, I give him, but that is what I want to achieve also at Zenith. The purpose of me taking over now is to find new people and to bring new people up and to bring this brand to continuity. We need continuity. We are more than 150 years old. We need to continue this. So Guy is now explaining to you this movement. And in June, we're going to present another movement. And the movement we're going to present in June is a Nobel Prize revolution. It will be a revolution and we will be detected by Nobel Prize. We already wrote to Nobel Prize and we said we have an invention that is worth to get the Nobel Prize. And we might get the Nobel Prize in mathematics. Because nobody has forgotten, whoever understands the history of watchmaking, the first watchmakers were mathematicians. The watchmakers and mathematics, it was the same job. The watchmakers in the 17th, 16th century have invented the rule of mechanics. The rule of mechanics have been invented by watchmakers. Mr. Breguet was member of the Academy of Science of Paris. And we have done a mathematic movement that is completely comes from mathematics. And that has nothing to do, except that it is mechanical, but it has nothing to do with what is existing now. It's a revolution since 1673, when Mr. Huygens in the Netherlands, in Holland, invented the pendulum. And since then, nothing has changed. All the watches have a pendulum, on one or the other way interpreted, but they all have. And suddenly, Zenith will come out with something totally revolutionary. But the first revolution we have, which is a small one, it's the new El Primero. So thank you very much for being here. We will see now, Guy will show you and explain more in detail about the movement.
Good evening, everyone. It's never easy to talk after Mr. Biver. I start just with a quick reminder on what is a mechanical chronograph. You need first energy with a barrel, after you need a transmission with a gearbox, and finally a driver with a regulator. On the El Primero, this one beats at 5 Hertz, that means 36,000 beats per hour. And the watch is certified as a chronometer, that means respecting the international standard 3159. The problem with a normal chrono is when you engage, you plug the chrono on the watch, you need energy, you pump energy, and depending on the level of energy in the barrel, you can lose the accuracy. That means your chrono is beating, it runs, but you lose the cost, the chronometer, certification. In the case of the new El Primero 21, we have a dual architecture. That means two chains, one for the watch, one for the chrono. Two barrels, one for the watch, one for the chrono, and two escapements.